The CCS IDE compiler includes a powerful tool for creating simple user interfaces for touchscreen LCDs and a PIC microcontroller called Interface Designer. This tutorial will walk through the basics of using Interface Designer and the CCS Touch Display 4.3 Development Kit. Interface Designer allows developers to create simple, efficient, and functional user interfaces. It is an intuitive development interface with features that make it easy to create various kinds of applications. A single design allows you to include multiple display windows, load your own images, create buttons that can switch between windows, display text, create text areas that dynamically display text, and it calls functions too. Once your design is complete, Interface Designer will take your design and generate source code that can be edited with the compiler to create the back end of your desired application. Interface Designer can be executed from within the CCS compiler, from the Tools ribbon, or from the separate executable in the PIC-C folder of the compiler. Let's begin creating a simple button. Start a project by navigating from the File ribbon and clicking on the new icon. A window will open for you to name the project as Project 1 and navigate to your local drive of Documents, then the CCS project folder, to save the project here. The screen size defaults to a 4.3 screen, which is 480 by 272 pixels. This is adjustable to any touchscreen size. Click Create. First, we have to import the images and fonts that we plan to use. Click on the Image ribbon and select the Import icon. Navigate to Documents, CCS C Projects, Interface Designer, Library Images. Scroll down to select the blue box with the right arrow and click OK. A window for image properties will open and you can change the size of the icon as well as the aspect ratio. Once you are done editing those settings, click Import. On the left side of your screen, under the menu bar, click on the Images tab to view all imported images. If you right-click on an image, there are functions to edit, rename, replace, or delete. Next, we will also need to import a font to use. Click on the Font ribbon and select the Import Font icon. Interface Designer includes a number of different fonts to use. For this project, select a simple serif font and adjust the size to 20. Click Import Font to complete. There are two terms that require some explanation: images and windows. These terms are types of containers used in the Interface Designer that make up an application. The Images application contains pictures, buttons, and text boxes for creating the desired image. The Windows application acts as a container for the images and will represent what is actually drawn to the touchscreen LCD. For this project, we will use only one window to draw to the screen. However, it is possible to have multiple windows and you can switch between them. Now let's create the container for the image we imported. Go to the Window ribbon and click on the New Window icon. A dialog box will open to name the window and size. The black rectangle is the window work area. Go ahead and add the image we imported. Click on Add Image icon in the right side of the ribbon. Select the image to add and double-click to place on the window container. You can then move the image anywhere on the container with your mouse. Open the Image menu on the left and click on Open Image from the small menu bar. If you look at the bottom of the window screen, will indicate the type of edit mode you are in. In order to add a function to an image or add text, we will need to create an area next, and this can only be done when in the image editing mode. From the Image ribbon, select Add Area icon. using the cursor for the area box to outline the area for the text as shown. Click on the area menu on the right so that we can edit the area for its purpose. For this button, let's edit the properties you see on the screen to make it a button. The X/Y positions, as well as width and height, can be edited from this Properties box if you click Apply. The arrow is ready to be a functioning button press on the touchscreen. Next, use the Interface Designer to generate C code that is for this project and can be opened in the IDE, built, and loaded onto the display board. From the Generate ribbon, select C code. Check the Generate Main Project checkbox. This will cause the Interface Designer to generate the main C file as well as the library-specific files. This only needs to be checked the first time that code is generated for a project. Check the Use Serial Interface checkbox and verify that the type is set to USB CDC. This adds the serial interface to the project, which is used to download images and fonts from the Interface Designer program to the display board. Additionally, check the Use Backlight checkbox and leave the Include User File checkbox unchecked. Next, select the Browse button next to the file project name, navigate to Documents, CCS Project folder, and to the Project 1. Create a new folder named Source, type in button.c for the file name, and click Save. Click the Browse button next to Library File Name, navigate to the same folder as before, and type in button_lib.c and click Save. Finally, select OK to generate the C code. Now use the IDE to build and program the display board once the source code is generated with the Interface Designer program. In the IDE, click on the File tab and select Close All. This just closes any projects that may be open in the IDE. Next, click on the File tab and select Open, then click Source File from the drop-down box that appears. Navigate through the drive to the source folder we just created. Select the button.c and click Open. Verify that the display board is powered. Then, to enable the bootloader, while touching the screen, connect the micro USB cable to the board. In the IDE, go to the Compile ribbon and click the Compile button. Next, click on the Program icon and select in the drop-down menu, Bootloader. This will use the compiled source code and hex file to download directly to the display board. Next, use the Interface Designer to download the imported image to the display board. With the display board powered on and the USB micro cable connected between the board and the PC, go to the Image ribbon and select the small down arrow next to the Load button. This displays a list of the images that can be downloaded to the board. In most cases, you can simply select All Images to download all the images to the board, but selecting the Load button itself will also cause it to download all the images as well. If one image is selected from the list, only that image will be downloaded to the board. This is useful in the case where a single image within a project was updated, so that only that image is needed to be downloaded to the display board. This saves the time of re-downloading all of the images of the project to the display board. Once Interface Designer is finished downloading the image, power cycle the board. The blue box with the right arrow should now be displayed on the board. Now you have some of the tools to get started with the CCS Touchscreen Interface Designer. Check out our website to learn more or to purchase any of the tools you see in this video. Thanks for watching.